Welcome back, focused learners, to today's Explainer. Get ready, because today we are unpacking a truly captivating academic roadmap to humanity's economic future. We're going to be diving deep into the foundational insights from Anton Kornick, a professor of economics at both the University of Virginia and the Darden School of Business. He has put together an absolute masterclass on the economics of AI, and we're going to walk through the brilliant architecture of his forward-looking framework together. Our goal today? We really want to zoom in and understand just how transformative these rapid advances in artificial intelligence are going to be for our world, our work, and our entire society.
Professor Kornack actually kicks things off with this brilliant little icebreaker, leaning right into his unique Austrian background with a Terminator joke. But, it's not just a funny anecdote to get a chuckle, it very tastefully hints at the incredibly high stakes of the subject we're looking at. The Terminator, right? It represents the ultimate sci-fi doomsday scenario for artificial intelligence. And by invoking that right out of the gate, Kornack is telling us that while we might not be out there fighting cyborgs, the societal and economic challenges we are about to face are absolutely monumental. And speaking of monumental, just think about how humanity categorizes its great epics. We define them by the primary tools we use to build our world. We went from the Stone Age to the Bronze Age, into the Iron Age, and eventually surged right into the Computer Age. According to Kornack, there's very little doubt that we've now officially crossed the threshold into the age of AI. He firmly believes that this is the most exciting era humankind has ever experienced. But, circling back to our Terminator friend, he also issues this gentle but very firm warning. We have to ensure that this exciting new age isn't humanity's last.
So, how exactly do we navigate this crazy new era? Well, here is our roadmap for the journey. Rethinking intelligence, production and growth, labor and automation, the AI control problem, and finally, shaping the future. It's an incredible path, so let's jump right to our first milestone. Our first stop on the map is Module 1, Rethinking Intelligence. This stop investigates the fundamental nature of intelligence itself, because before we can even begin to understand the economics of AI, we really have to grasp how this new synthetic intelligence actually relates to our own human intelligence. And to understand why this rethinking is so urgent, it really helps to look at the professor's own journey. It perfectly mirrors the massive societal shift we're all feeling right now. Back in the late 1990s, during the whole dot-com boom, Kornick was a programmer tinkering with early neural networks. Then, the dot-com bust happened, his focus shifted, and for the next decade and a half he became an economist analyzing financial crises. But then, over the last 5 to 6 years, the relentless exponential advances in deep learning pulled him right back in. His career pivot is a perfect reflection of that unavoidable realization we're all having. Deep learning is about to completely rewrite the rules of our economy.
Because of just how fast this is all happening, rethinking intelligence is completely fresh territory. Investigating the very nature of intelligence is quite new for anyone who has gone through traditional economics training. Economists and social scientists are literally having to rapidly adapt frameworks they've used for decades to somehow account for machines that can actually think and learn.
Moving right along, we enter Modules 2 and 3, Production and Growth.
In these modules, we're returning to the traditional bread and butter of macroeconomic models, but with a massive AI-sized twist. The goal here is to capture technological progress inside economic models. We have to figure out exactly how these transformative AI advances are going to affect both the traditional production process and ultimately macroeconomic growth. Put simply, how does the machine change the output?
This is absolutely crucial to understand. Historically, human labor has always been the scarce factor in the economy. Now, in Step 1, we are seeing AI acting as a direct substitute for that scarce human labor when it comes to producing goods and services. But Step 2, that is where things get truly wild. AI doesn't just automate the factory floor, it's automating the research and development process itself. AI can invent the new things that need to be produced. This is a dual threat, but also a massive dual opportunity. We're talking about a machine that not only builds the product, but actually invents the next one, which could profoundly accelerate economic growth like nothing we've ever seen.
Which brings us to Module 4, Labor and Automation.
So, if machines are producing the goods and doing the research, what on earth happens to the human worker? We have to tackle the profound labor market effects here, and this highlights a massive paradigm shift in economic thinking. Normally, when people worry about job loss from automation, the primary concern is technological unemployment, basically people simply not having jobs. But if AI is truly transformative, meaning it reshapes the entire foundation of the economy, cutting-edge economics suggests our primary worry shouldn't just be unemployment. The real issue, the big one, becomes massive shifts in income distribution. Think about it. If human labor is no longer the main driver of value, who gets the wealth generated by the AI? That, right there, is the billion-dollar question.
Raising the stakes even higher, we arrive at Module 5, the AI control problem.
Knowing that AI is going to wildly disrupt labor and wealth distribution, we absolutely have to look at the economic policy responses required to keep society stable. Now, the AI control problem is famously a term used by tech philosophers and computer scientists to describe the highly technical challenge of keeping a superintelligence from going rogue. But Professor Koronek does something brilliant here. He reframes it into an urgent economic imperative. The economic AI control problem is the policy challenge of ensuring that these relentless advances actually benefit humanity as a whole, rather than just enriching a few tech billionaires. It's all about designing the economic rules of the game so that AI serves us and not the other way around.
Finally, we reach our last stop, Module 6, Shaping the Future.
This is where all these individual streams of research, the intelligence, the production, the labor, the policy, they all finally converge. We get to look holistically at a world operating with transformative AI. And if you decide you want to dive deeper into this course material yourself, here is exactly what you can expect. The main goal is to push right to the absolute frontier of AI economics research. Now, yes, the heavy technical parts are targeted at folks with a solid background, master's, PhD, or engineering students who really know their analytical tools. But hey, don't let that scare you away. The material is specifically designed with broad accessibility in mind. It includes built-in economic refreshers so that ambitious learners from literally any background can get up to speed and join this crucial conversation. Because ultimately, this is Professor Korenek's explicit, stated goal for you, the audience. He wants to empower you. He states very plainly that his success is measured by your ability to understand and tackle these cutting-edge economic problems. He literally wants you to become a successful scholar of this material so you can apply it to your own life, your own research, and your own career.
Why? Because this entire journey we've just mapped out together, it isn't just about abstract math or some distant macroeconomic models. It is quite literally about actively participating in shaping the future of humankind. The transition into the age of AI, it's happening right now, all around us. And it's going to require informed, highly focused minds to ensure the resulting society is one we actually want to live in.
So I want to end our explainer today by leaving you with this really provocative question. Look around your own industry, look at your own daily life, pay attention to the news you read. Are we already seeing the harbingers, those early warning signs of transformative AI in our economy today? I challenge you to really look for the clues out there. Think about everything we've covered, keep your eyes wide open, and as Professor Koronek and his famous Austrian counterpart would say, I'll be back.